Thank you. Back at you. Thanks so much. That's very, very nice of you. Where are you people when I'm driving? That's what we need, is we need happy people all the time. There's some people on the road. Here's what happened yesterday. This is what I want to talk about. I'm driving home from work yesterday, and this guy in front of me in a Cadillac Escalade threw trash out of his window. Just littered, just threw. What's that about? And it's a nice, brand new, like a Escalade or Escalade, or I don't know what it is. And is it Porsche or Porsche? I'm not sure what it is. I know it's Jaguar, because I've seen the ads. It's not Jaguar, it's Jaguar. But anyway, so the guy in his Escalade, it's Escalator, I know that. But anyway, so, and Estee Lauder is I know that. And it's Fort Lauderdale, it's not Lauderdale. But anyway, so, and it's Lederhosen, I know that. So the guy in his Escalator hosen was driving and threw trash out of the window. And I just feel like, you know, it's '04. You know, that's what we're in. We're in '04 now. And there's cup holders, there's ashtrays in those fancy cars. And I think that the next thing that we should add as an accessory is a trash compactor. Like, that's what we should have inside of a car. Because, and especially in the Escalator, you should have, it's big enough in the back for like a dumpster. Those are huge SUVs. You could have a dumpster back there, you know, and if you feel the need to roll your window down and dump trash out of the car, if you really need to have that motion, then have a clip-on trash can hanging outside of the door so you can drop it in your own trash can. Don't throw it on the road. Also, the people who are driving and they flick lit cigarettes out of their car, first of all, fire season, that's just not ever a good idea. And I was talking to some people at the show this morning about that very issue, about people who flick lit cigarettes out of the window. And this guy said, oh, I'm always concerned that if they're in front of me, it's going to hit the road and bounce up, and my car will blow up. And I thought that's a little paranoid, but I can see where, you know, it would be dangerous if you're driving along, you're happy and you're singing, you know, and so your mouth is open. If they flick it out and it bounces and goes into your mouth, that'd be bad. Then it burns your larynx. And then I thought, and that's just the time the paparazzi's going to take a picture of me. All of a sudden, a cigarette's in my mouth and it looks like I'm smoking in the car, you know, and I don't want that. But people should be a little more cautious when they drive. You know, you see these people when they're driving, they're weaving and then they're slowing down and speeding up, and you're trying to figure out what's causing that erratic driving. And so I always try to speed up and pull alongside to see what they're doing. And they're always, you know, like trying to dial and look at the same time, these people that are driving and trying to make a phone call. And that is the most dangerous thing you can do when you're driving, second to trying to speed up and look at somebody and see what they're doing. But so I'm going to count down the most dangerous things on the road. So number 4 is littering. Stop it. Number 3 is cell phones. Number 2 is eating. People are eating when they're driving. And you know, pork chops, you got to cut those things. You know, eat something simple like sushi. That's easier if you're good with chopsticks. If you don't know how to work chopsticks, don't eat sushi, because that's harder to drive. And the number one most dangerous thing to me, my opinion, when you're driving with balloons. What's wrong? Well, don't you get concerned when people are driving around with a huge balloon bouquet in their car? That's like, you know, clearly it was their birthday, and the older the people are, the more dangerous it is. You know, like happy 60th, and you're trying to drive in your Miata or your Ford Escalator. But seriously, there's it's just surrounded by the people, and they can't see anything. It obscures their vision. And what's more dangerous than a balloon bouquet, if you've seen the people that are driving around with one balloon just bouncing around, it's like driving with a wild parrot, like flying all over the place. You know what you should do when you're driving? Drive. That's what you should do. You should drive. yesterday, I want to reiterate this. We had Houston, who is our PA. Houston is here, and we want Houston to go to Houston because we're on a new channel there, Channel 2 in Houston. And so, because we have a segment that we started, have Houston do it, because we had things around here that we needed done, and he's a PA, so we would have Houston do it. And then we thought, well, let's share him with other people. And people would send in tapes, and so we came up with a segment called Have Houston Do It For You. And he's built a dog house, he's built shelves, he carved a pumpkin. But the only thing is, Houston hasn't been to Houston. So we want Houston to go to Houston and actually convince them to change their name to Houston, and he would change his to Houston. So I don't know if that's going to work out, but that's what our goal is. And so we want people to send in tapes from Houston for Houston, and so all of our info is on the website. If you go to the website, and we'll show you what to do and how you get Houston to go there. So, and so, you know, just an update for those of you who've been following along to my wildlife in my backyard. I have a lot going on in the backyard, and I said that we have owls that I hear at night that sound like this. And so I talked about it, and my neighbor, Annie Fanny, said, she dropped a note in my mailbox and said, if you listen carefully, it's cuckoo, coo, not hoo-hoo, hoo. And I got news for Annie, is the other day, I saw the owl and heard the owl, and it's huge. And it was the exact, it was hoo-hoo, hoo. Exactly what I said. The thing was enormous, which now scares me because I didn't realize how big it was. And there's two, because I heard hoo, 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 and then I heard hoo, hoo, hoo. Two of them. And then someone, as a joke, gave me a little, it's a dog toy, and this. This sounds like it sounds like it's been smoking. It sounds like it's a little raspy breath for an owl. But so anyway, what a great, all right. But it's huge. I've never seen, I didn't know owls were that big. So today on the show, we have Kelly Diedring. Have you been watching Animal Planet's King of the Jungle? One of my favorite things to do is just sit at home all day long and watch Animal Planet. I love that channel, and so I watched this whole series. And she won King of the Jungle, and she's an animal specialist. And they put them in. If you haven't seen it, they put them in all these situations, and they have to deal with these animals. And there was a thing where they had to talk about tigers, but they didn't know where the tigers were, and they're just put in this situation. And I think we have a clip to show you what happened to her. She wasn't really prepared fully.
And I was very lucky. These aren't full-grown. If they were full-grown, they'd have these large canines. They would only be interested in probably pouncing on me and definitely giving me that show of dominance, as you can see. That was fun. That was fun for him. Not so much fun for me. That's actually quite nerve-wracking to have a tiger come up on your shoulder.
So she's on the show later on, and she's great. She did a great job, and I had a feeling that she might win the whole thing, and she did. She beat out a lot of guys, and it was a physical, it was something I would have loved to have done. It was a really cool thing, so I can't wait to hear from her how it was. Anyway, we have a great show for you. She's on the show. Mandy Moore is on the show from Chasing Liberty. Chasing Liberty is the movie, and she's got it all. She sings, she acts, she dates the tennis player. She's got it all. And Michael Imperioli is on from The Sopranos. If you watch The Sopranos, he's great on that. He is so great, and he's in a new movie called My Baby's Daddy, and which looks very funny, and he'll tell us about that. When we come back, Mandy Moore will be sitting right here. Yeah!